Welcome to another Fantasy Goodfellas video where we talk about the top 24 quarterback rankings for week 3. You ready?
The Fantasy Goodfellas.
Rolling on the field.
The Fantasy Goodfellas.
All right, before we get started, let me tell you how these rankings work. We took the rankings from Fantasy Pros, put them into our stat machine, and now we're going to talk about their rankings and determine if they are good rankings or bad rankings. And we're just going to give you some insight, so maybe this video will help you set your lineups. All right, let's get started. Now, coming in at number 1 is Josh Allen versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, Josh Allen was the 28th ranked quarterback in week 2, and now all of a sudden he's the top quarterback. That's a little shocking, and even for our standards, but whatever, he's in there. At number 2, Patrick Mahomes at the Atlanta Falcons. Patrick Mahomes, he was the 14th ranked quarterback for week 2. He did that with 151 passing yards, 2 passing TDs, but he did have 29 rushing yards that did help it out. At number 3, you have Jalen Hurts at the New Orleans Saints. Jalen Hurts, he had a decent game. He had 1 passing TD, 1 rushing touchdown, and 183 passing yards. But overall, that team's pretty balanced right now. They had a heartbreaking loss, but if you look at about this, there's a bunch of targets here. There's at least 6 targets there that he gets to choose from. They were without A.J. Brown. Looks like they're going to be without him again, so that might hurt. At number 4, Lamar Jackson at the Dallas Cowboys. Now, he did 247 passing yards, 1 passing TD. He did get 45 rushing yards, and that's pretty good, but that was good for the 9th ranked quarterback. So if you look at what he's doing on the season so far, that's last year's stats. I'm going to have to fix that, but let's move on. At number 5, we have C.J. Stroud at the Minnesota Vikings. Now, when that game started Sunday night, it looked like Stroud was going to go off. He kind of settled down. He had 206 passing yards, 1 passing TD. We expect more for C.J. Stroud next week. At number 6, Joe Burrow versus the Washington Commanders. And he did 258 passing yards, 2 passing TDs, and we expect more, but he was the 10th ranked quarterback. And, some of these quarterbacks, you're going to put them in there anyways, and there's no surprise here. But Kyler Murray, he went off. He's going to be playing versus the Detroit Lions. Kyle Murray had an awesome game. He had 266 passing yards, 3 passing TDs to go along with 59 rushing yards. We expect more of that, and can we expect more of that? Certainly he has the weapons. At number 8, Anthony Richardson versus the Chicago Bears. Now, this is one where I don't understand. If you're in the top 24, he barely is in the top 24. He's ranked 21st in week 2, but nothing's happening with that team. So if you look at, none of these are standouts. You might have Jonathan Taylor, but on the receiving game, nothing stands out. You have Alec Pierce, you have Mitchell with 30 yards, and then you have no tight end action, and Michael Pittman. What a disappointment so far this season. At number 9, you got Dak Prescott versus the Baltimore Ravens. Dak Prescott did not have a good game at all, but he did throw one to CeeDee Lamb. That was good. That helped out fantasy owners. So CeeDee Lamb had a good game, but he's definitely spreading the ball out. I think they're going to pick up some steam. They're just getting some rust off. They're going to do pretty good. I think Dak Prescott's going to do a little bit better than 9th. At number 10, Brock Purdy at the Los Angeles Rams. Let's see. Again, this is just, he had 319 passing yards, but 1 passing TD. You need to be a little bit better, but I like those passing yards. At number 11, you have Jaden Daniels at the Cincinnati Bengals. And what's Jaden Daniels done? He did 226 passing yards, 44 rushing yards, but no TDs. That does not help. You need to get some TDs if you're going to be in the top 12. At number 12, Jared Goff at the Arizona Cardinals. Goff had 307 passing yards, and look at that, 5 rushing yards. I like that. But you're going to rock Jared Goff. He definitely has weapons. At number 13, Baker Mayfield versus the Denver Broncos. Show some love to Baker Mayfield. You have 1 passing TD. You have 1 rushing TD. But if you look at week 1, he did 4 passing TDs. So he's on a hot streak. But I don't like that ranking right there. I think Baker Mayfield could do a little bit better. He should be better than 13. At number 14, Caleb Williams at Indiana Colts. He did 107 passing yards and a subpar game from the number 1. Now we're just going to go through these real quick. We got Deshaun Watson versus the New York Giants. I don't know about Watson. You got Geno Smith versus the Miami Dolphins. And you got Kirk Cousins. I expect Kirk Cousins to do a little bit better. He had 240 passing yards, 2 passing TDs. And then if we look here, number 18, Trevor Lawrence at the Buffalo Bills. You got number 19, you got Justin Fields at the Los Angeles Chargers. You have 117 passing yards, 1 passing TDs, but it looks like no INTs. And let's go back here. Number 20, you got Derek Carr. He's hot. I don't know why he's ranked 20th, but he was the 3rd ranked quarterback. He did pretty good in the week 1 to show some love to Derek Carr. Number 21, you got Matthew Stafford at the San Francisco 49ers. 216 passing yards. Terrible. We expect more from him. At number 22, Aaron Rodgers versus the New England Patriots. 2 passing TDs. Could he be picking up steam? At number 23, you got Sam Darnold versus the Houston Texans. And he had a great game. Can you count on him? Ranked 4th. And lastly, you got Justin Herbert at the Pittsburgh Steelers, and Herbert had a decent game with 2 passing TDs, but you definitely expect a little bit more from him. All right, that's going to do it for this week. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we're just doing this to help remind what to expect this week.